everybody, Michelle here again, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about what fibromyalgia sufferers deal with when it comes to muscle weakness and muscle pain. So there's obviously I talked a little bit about the fact that we have widespread pain over our entire bodies, and we do have specific trigger points that are more tender than others. However, we sometimes fibromyalgia can be mistaken for other things. Back before they discovered that I actually had fibromyalgia, they thought that I might have MS. And that was simply because my right leg would give out a lot. And one of the things that I deal with, because I actually ruptured a disc in my spine about 12 years ago. It ruptured. All I did was lift a box the wrong way at Costco, people. I just lifted it wrong and I put it down with bad posture. And because of that, I was actually paralyzed on the right side of my body from the waist down, and I couldn't move my leg. So I kind of looked like, I don't know, maybe not a pirate, but it was pretty awesome looking, dragging my leg. I looked kind of like a monster. I had to use a cane for a while because I literally could not lift my leg off the ground. And since then, the muscle pain that I have is 20, 30 times worse, I'm sure, than most people feel. At any given moment, I'm just, it's hard to describe how much pain I'm in. And it's kind of funny because I really honestly swear sometimes I'm a symphony of noises in a good, not in a weird way, but like I'll just go, ooh, ow, ooh. You can hear me crying out in pain because the pain is so bad that I actually vocally have to express it. And I don't even realize that I'm doing it most of the time. And sometimes I think I must be so annoying to everybody sitting around me. But it's kind of like a person who's coughing or sneezing all the time. But me, it's the, ooh, ow, ooh. Ay, 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 ay. I don't know, whatever noises I make. But because I swear, I do not even realize that I'm making them. But the muscle pain that fibromyalgia sufferers deal with is extremely, it's difficult. So one of the things, when I get up in the morning, one of the things that I have a really hard time with is stiffness. And I think I spoke to the fact that I never ever feel as though I've gotten a good night's sleep. I never feel rested. But the stiffness that I feel is extremely difficult to cope with sometimes. I joke about the fact that I feel like I'm 80, and I'm not. I'm 39 again. So I actually will kind of waddle sometimes, and I know that sounds kind of goofy, but drag my feet a little bit until the muscles get moving. And I alluded to the fact that I used to be a very, very active person. I danced, I did a lot of gymnastic stuff. I was extremely active, and I miss running. But running is not even something that I can comprehend anymore, at least not unless I'm on a pain regimen. When I lived in Washington State, and I had discussed this, I was on a pain regimen with a great doctor, and I don't have permission to use her name at this point, but she was amazing, and I saw her every month. I wasn't there for pills to get high or anything like that. I was there for pills because they actually helped to control my pain. And when I took my pain medication according to the way I was supposed to do it, I was able to actually run in the evenings. I was able to work full time fairly easily, and it was great. It was actually a much better way of life than I'm experiencing at this point while in Halifax. At this point in time, I couldn't even imagine doing something like that. My family and I, we walked a couple miles last night. We went for a walk up to a local vegetarian restaurant, which was awesome, best food, hands down, at a vegetarian restaurant that I have ever had, and that was the Heartwood in Halifax. Heartwood Vegetarian Restaurant. Amazing. If you see this and you live in Halifax, go there. Get a burger. It was phenomenal. And my 16-year-old, he even finished all of his sprouts. It was awesome. And he calls them grass hair. Grass hair, that's awesome. I love it. I just have to use that forever now because grass hair is like the most awesome picture in my head, right? Anyway, so I'm kind of fearful at this point because of the walk last night and walking to work this morning. I keep thinking that I am going to go through another fibro flare, which I'm hoping that I don't. And I had talked about the fact that I'm kind of concerned about having a fibro flare just from all the stress that we're dealing with having to move. So I feel kind of doubled up on, and I'm trying to keep really positive thoughts. This morning, coming into work, I was just trying to say hi to everybody, trying to keep the most positive attitude, trying to listen to music, almost bouncing around because I am trying to keep a really super upbeat energy level within myself so that I don't sink down into a fibro flare, which is really, really difficult because my muscles are so sore, and it's just something that we deal with. Muscle aches, muscle pain, just sitting here, as I sit here holding my phone trying to do this little video, my whole sides ache, and it's just part of what we go through, and there's nothing that I can do to stop it. I can take Tylenol and I can take ibuprofen at this point. That's pretty much it, and I don't want to take it constantly. I don't. I have tried alternative therapies such as marijuana. I've tried medical marijuana. It makes me physically sick, and I don't like the feeling of being high in any way, shape, or form. A lot of people really think that it's fantastic, and I'm so happy for people who can use it. It does not work for me. I sneeze, it makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me feel so dehydrated that I can't blink my eyes very easily, and it's painful. And again, just that high feeling, not a fan. I've tried different creams and ointments. There's a lot of things that I can't use simply because of the fact that I work with large groups of people, and some things are not allowed when you work in large companies. You can't really do some things. I've tried Salon Pause patches. They are excruciating to take off of my skin because, again, skin for fibro sufferers, huge issue. It is so painful. Just touching our skin can be so painful. I don't know. There's just a lot of things that we deal with. But for me, muscle pain, one of the worst, just one of the worst for me. I'm trying to do a little bit every single day. If there's something that you want me to talk about, and I can do a little bit of research for you, if that would be helpful, I'm happy to do that. But I would like to address things that people are curious about. Do you think that you're alone in something? I would like to address that for you. I think it's really important to understand that you're not alone. It was really helpful for me to understand that I was not alone, because sometimes it feels like we are literally the only person going through this, and we're not. We are not the only person going through it. We may not have people right in front of us that are dealing with this, but at least this video will put me right in front of you, and you know that you're not alone, because I'm going through it too. Maybe tomorrow I can talk a little bit about the trigger points, and if there's someone who thinks that they might have fibro, we can address those trigger points and how it feels when those trigger points, when they're triggered. So, other than that, I think we just need to take care of our bodies, and we need to love our bodies, because we've only got this one body, right? Okay, well, I wish I could trade myself in on a new model sometimes, seriously. Be like leasing me out for a little while and getting a new one. That'd be awesome. Anyway, everybody have a wonderful day. Blessings to you all. Love and light.